right, here it is.
Yeah.
So we're dropping it in for the 23rd West Coast Highlife. We've been
dropping it in and hammering down.
Yeah, we haven't had
pounding it out.
We haven't had the full four of the crew together for about a month and a half now, I think.
Maybe 2?
Yeah, maybe 2 months.
I'm so much more successful than the last time you heard me.
I know, there's some serious change
Moving
going
on
in the West Coast Highlife. So yeah, it's May the 26th today, and we're coming vastly close to June and July, these summer months in Victoria that are fucking so much fun. And I know there's a lot of things coming up this summer, all kind of getting stoked for. But I wanted to introduce everyone in the round because you guys probably don't know who we are, right? I mean, if you've been listening for the last year or so and you've kind of the 23rd episode and you're like, who the fuck's on that show? Well, now you're going to find out. So my name is Darcy Douglas, Declectic, and I'm sitting to the right of Mr.
It's me, the Hulk Hogan of comedy, Ben Fudge. Mr. Golden Grams.
MG. and to his right.
My name is Mark Hovey, and I am now a Dirty 30.
Oh, yes. Congratulations.
Congrats.
My Twitter handle is @HoveyBro.
@HoveyBro, and to his right.
And I am @Alexander Klein on Twitter. The techno shaman.
He is only known
the
as
new
his
frontiers. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I have become one with the internet.
So, what happened to the Twitter war? I mean, do you guys all have?
I'm still kicking ass.
Do you still have a bigger following than the one
Yeah,
Fudge does right now?
I haven't tweeted in like a month. I don't do it anymore.
Well, you know why that is? Because you have a job.
Yeah, I don't have the type of time I used to have to sit around and think.
Yeah. There isn't like, you know.
It's true. Thought is required sometimes.
Six new tweets a day from
once you get your new phone. Once you get your new phone, you'll be tweeting on the go.
Yeah, that's
the key
true,
is just thinking of one and then like reaping the benefits. Because sometimes if you think of one funny thing, it'll go out there and get favorited and retweeted a bunch of times.
Hashtags are important.
But that's a fucking hard thing. Yeah, I haven't got used to that.
Yeah, what's
getting your shit?
Here's
It's like a thread.
I'm your techno lamer. So can the techno shaman explain a little bit about the whole threading notion?
Yeah.
So like I want to go on to CBC and I want to talk shit about like Kelly Rudy or Martin Brodeur coming on and doing like a little cameo.
And you want other people to see that.
Yeah. So I just got to use their hashtag like CBC and
then you use the most popular one
that
you can find that's already being used.
Because I had some great disses about Martin Brodeur.
Yeah, you do some searches and you could even try hashtag Martin Brodeur. And then see
Martin
what kind.
Brodeur, right?
That
might
already be popular, and then you can use
to him if he uses it, right?
Right.
So you get him
at Martin Brodeur at Le Puck Stop. That Brodeur.
Yeah, at the two people you want to talk shit to and about.
Yeah.
And then hashtag
and then they get notified.
CBC.
So say what you say about Marty Brodeur. I mean, the guy obviously had a bit of a shitty season, and he's come on to get some extra cash. I'm like, maybe he has some outstanding gambling debts. He needed to get onto CBC and pay off his creditors. But that guy, I think, has the most. He's one of the only keepers to score a goal, like as a goalie, to score a goal on the opposing team.
Yeah.
And he's probably got like some of the top numbers in terms of assists for a goalie. So that's pretty cool.
Well, what has he done that's bad? What is he doing?
I think that the reason why he's on CBC on the panel is that he's got some outstanding debts that he can't pay off or some shit, and he's like. He phones Ron McLean and says, "Hey, I got some debts I need to pay off. Can you get me for a weekend on the show?"
But aren't they all like ex-players and coaches and ex-people and refs and stuff like? I mean, they try and get people associated with it, not just like a random
Don
bloke
Cherry
off the street.
was just a dumbass coach. No, give Don credit. I mean, he did win a cup.
I like Cherry.
He's got
still
some.
a dumbass.
He certainly is. Actually,
like the
did you see that he was on a couple of nights ago and he had this like Budweiser has done this promotion where they have the red lights
thing or whatever.
And Cherry had this like complete outfit made with the red lights, like the Bud lights. It didn't say Budweiser or anything, but it might as well should have. And Ron kind of like called him out and he's like, "So how much is Bud giving you for this or something?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. No. This is for the boys in Mississauga or something, And I was like,
that's right.
I was like, okay, whatever, buddy.
It's for the troops.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey. So yeah, Cherry and the whole crew there. But it seems like the panel is essentially, you're right. It's like a bunch of ex NHLers or broadcasters.
There were probably nobodies during their hockey career.
Yeah,
that's
Darren
right.
Pang.
Not necessarily.
Darren Pang.
Fucking John
Hall
Garrett.
of Famers.
Yeah, I don't know. Although I do like the fact that CBC is able to stream those games for free live. Which a lot like TSN could do that, and they should do that. Really, it would make them money. People would stream it. They're just
still advertising.
No, it's just proprietary. So like, if you're a Bell mobile user, they'll be like, "Oh, you can stream them all for free on your bell, but you're
If you
actually
have a
paying for all the
contract.
data, right?
Right.
So it's win-win for them.
Right.
But like,
That's pretty
it
goofy.
just seems stupid to me for them not
That's-
to be able to provide that as a free online service. You know, I mean, CBC probably gets like, for example, the last Ottawa Pittsburgh game, they probably had like 2 million viewers. You know,
Yeah.
which is pretty
But
significant.
they get some help from the government, which I don't think TSN does.
That's true. That's
So that's
true.
like the one thing. They get a little bit of support from the government.
But you'd think there'd be the support in
still
terms
pretty
of
much
like
their own
people
entity.
willing to sponsor that, right? I mean, because you see their ad every time you log on, you're going to see the same 2 ads from Chevy on CBC or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you know, it just seems stupid to me that TSN wouldn't do that. And another thing about TSN and just the full first round of the playoffs is that I was really choked because, you know, CBC decided that they were going to take to the Leafs and the Canadians games and whatever, like Senators, and they were like, "Oh, give TSN Vancouver. Who fucking cares?"
What does
You know?
TSN stand? What does the T in TSN
Toronto
stand for?
Sporting
It's
Network.
Toronto, eh? Toronto Sporting Network.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
So it just grew out of Toronto.
Hence,
It's
the
obviously
Leafs
like
Nation
international,
is just, like,
probably
born
now.
and bred from TSN.
Right.
So they're very like Eastern centric.
But didn't
right?
CBC get the Leafs?
They did. But that's what I'm saying. like,
Vancouver got
CBC
TS.
Yeah,
or
that
TSN.
that doesn't really make sense. to
Yeah,
me.
that's a bit backwards, isn't
yeah.
it?
Who
so-
fucking cares?
Yeah.
I do, man. As a fucking enjoyer
valid
of
point, bud.
Canadian
When it all
hockey.
comes down
Valid
to it,
point.
who the fuck cares? Hockey's over.
No, it's not.
I thought you were going to say hockey.
It is for every Canadian team.
Yeah, that's true.
Hockey's over.
But-
Yeah, and if you wanted to follow the teams, you can now finally pay for access to all of their games.
You
on the
can't,
internet.
though.
Yeah, at least with the Canucks, you
NHL.
could.
See,
You
that's
could go to the
thing.
Canucks
thing or
page,
whatever.
and for $24 for the season, you could stream every single one of their games.
They-
Just the Canucks
They had that up.
or whatever.
No, it's only the ones that Sportsnet would broadcast, right? So
I don't
in
know.
an
So
80-game season, you get 60 out of those 80 games.
Okay.
You don't get playoffs? Is that what you're saying?
No, this is just regular
Just season.
And if it's a game that's on TSN or if it's a game that's on CBC, you get blacked out. So you don't get to watch those. You have to, and that's the same thing with the NHL Network.
Right.
With their online subscription service. Like,
That's what's wrong with the old TV model.
it's
so
so
broken.
dumb. It's just like it.
It's ending,
I
man.
mean,
I think it is ending.
It's ending
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
Arrested
Video
Development coming
streaming.
out on Netflix and all of the episodes at one time, so you can manage yourself.
That is an
like,
interesting thing.
How when you want to watch them all, and I think that's the future of TV: picking the shows you want to see and
Totally.
paying
When-
for
when
them
you
a
wanna
la
see it.
Yeah,
carte.
yeah. You can get around all the other
I
bullshit
think
and
you
just
won't even have to pay
get the
for them.
content you want.
Yeah, I mean the cable's just a big silly advertising pipe anyway, and it's nicer to be able to have some control over that, some input into it, and that's what the internet is, right? So
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that we can use the internet to, for example, watch Game of Thrones will air at 6:00 Pacific
yeah,
or 9 Eastern, and
Yeah.
within an hour and a half, there's a relatively
the
good
torrent
copy
sites.
up that's torrentable or that
Yeah.
you can stream.
yeah.
So it's just like
They're losing
defeats the
out.
purpose of why would I use
Pay for cable.
and
Yeah.
pay for that
I would like to go to
service?
HBO.com through my TV, which they all have computers built into them now,
Yeah.
and just say,
Watch their
subscribe
content
me
on
to
their site, right?
subscribe me to Game of Thrones for $10 a month or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I'd be
I don't
willing
know.
to pay a small amount of money to get like a live streaming.
Or give me the
HD.
whole season 3 of Game of Thrones directly from HBO for $12 or something like that.
Yeah. Now, would that be like one-time viewing, or would that be like you get a period of time where you could watch
Like
that?
rent
That's
it.
a good question.
You
Yeah.
rent
I
your
would-
files.
Yeah, I'd say you should have it for the whole year to go back and watch those episodes over and over again if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
and then maybe
they're
it
still
rolls
big
over.
on the DVD sales, right? Like they want people to buy the set with
That's
all
so
the
ridiculous.
all the artwork and the sigils and all that.
Who
kind
has
of
the
shit.
space for that shit?
Chris Ford.
Ford? Yes, he does. And actually, a big shout out to Fody.
Well, you can get it in digital, like iTunes too, right? You can.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I'm sure DVDs are probably going to die out as well.
Yeah.
There's not really any point for physical
Yeah,
media. It's a waste of
Absolutely.
space.
And just streaming. Why even have it on your own hard drive
I don't know.
anymore?
I don't know.
That's a
Yeah,
good
that's
point.
weird.
Unless you really enjoy it and you want to
You
have
want to.
access to it, even if you don't have internet.
Right.
Yeah, some people still they're the collector, right? Like,
Got to make it an option, but
yeah.
it's not going to be the
How else would
preferred
you watch
option
it in your car as you're driving? I mean, shit.
on your HUD windscreen.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
With the eyeglass. Has anyone got an eyeglass yet? Who's going to get that?
The Google?
Who's the first to get the Google Glass?
No,
I
I gotta
feel
get a
like Alex
Roomba
is
before I
gonna-
get a Google Glass.
Oh, yeah, the Roomba.
I would.
That's all I want.
That shit
man.
is pretty tight.
All I want is a Roomba.
That's
How much are those
That's the
things?
They're
future.
like $350.
Holy
350
shit.
for
I
Roomba,
forgot
Dude,
right?
I'll
about
never
100.
sweep again. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
right.
Is I'll
Man, if
never
you get a
sweep again.
dishwasher and a
But how
Roomba,
big of a bag
you're
is
saving
that
so
thing?
much
Like-
time.
I don't need to get a dishwasher.
How much dust can that thing actually take? I mean, it's probably
all of it.
Like tiny, like the bag like the size of your fist, maybe.
All the
You
stuff
have to redo it probably before it even finishes your floor. I mean,
No, but it
empty
goes back to its base and it dumps it
Oh,
off. I
does
think.
it?
And it
Oh,
charges.
like a little dock,
I
right?
think so,
that
yeah.
charges.
Cool.
But does it
A
empty
Roomba
itself
dock?
as well?
I don't know.
That'd
I
be
haven't-
pretty
You gotta
fucking cool.
empty it.
I haven't seen a modern one.
No, dude, you gotta empty it yourself.
It's not. It's like it's like
Still
you
need a
flip,
trash bin.
It's like you unclip it and then you take the bag out
Take
and you
it
dump
out.
it. It's,
No,
it
you
couldn't
need
be
like
easier.
the add-on where
No
it's
doubt,
like
it's
another
easy.
machine a little robot that takes the shit out to your
That's
garbage for
right,
you.
the
You know,
right-
it's like the Roomba 2.
And
or
you
it's
tie
like-
it. And you
goes
tie
from
it
the
to
Roomba
Siri.
to the garbage can.
You tie it to Siri, so you're like, Siri, take out the trash,
Oh, if it
and
were
then
voice
like it
operated,
activates
that
the
would be
robot. And
amazing.
that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool, actually.
that's coming, man. The home automation
Clean up
stuff.
in living room. Clean up in living room.
Yeah, clean up in living room aisle 4.
Yeah, if you spill something right away, it just like
Go to quadrant 4, bedroom,
Clean my bathroom.
pick up used condoms.
I wouldn't be surprised if there
If you're throwing used condoms on the floor, you're a piece of shit.
Well, I know.
There's no
I mean,
two ways about
we were
it.
just-
That's a fucking deal breaker. You are a piece of shit if you're just throwing your own used condoms on the
Whoa,
floor.
whoa, whoa! Are you telling me that in the
Specifically
spur of the
avoiding
moment,
garbage
after
cans?
you're reaching for a number 2, and you're gonna make sure you get that in the trash can right beside you? No, you're not, Fudge.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Don't
No.
lie, because I know you're fucking steez, buddy. If it's a go mode, there's gonna be fucking shrapnel
Look,
all over the
Mr.
floor.
High and
I have
mighty
a
over here.
garbage
Back up
can
off.
right
up later.
beside
Man,
my
don't
bed.
tell me you ain't throwing no
I have-
condoms
I have-
on the motherfucking floor.
Not
Come
on my floor.
Well, yeah, because you've only had your floor for like a
Well,
week.
no, I
bro.
mean not ever on my floor. One, because I seldom use condoms, and two, because I have a garbage can right beside the bed.
He comes into the garbage can.
But what I'm saying is you can have
I
the
don't know if
Roomba
that's a metaphor.
silicone edition prepared to deal with protein
Dude, don't
spills.
you know anything about Roombas? That'll clog up the hose.
Yeah, man. I don't know if the filter could handle that.
I'm trying
Well,
to get
that's-
my Roomba to clean my
That's
apartment,
what the
not
Roomba
get
2
pregnant.
is all about.
It's like
That's
sucking up.
You have to get the pool Roomba.
Yeah, you need the second edition, man.
Oh wow,
Come
yeah,
on.
beefed up.
There's
That's
a
probably
pool.
like
There's a
$600
pool cleaning Roomba.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
The
goes
Pumbaa?
to the bottom of a pool.
Yeah,
and
it's an
like,
aquatic Roomba.
It sticks to the sides of the pool too. It gets everything,
for like aquariums and things
and it's
like
like
that.
a filter, and just filters.
Oh,
and
in
cleans the whole
aquariums,
time.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be able to distinguish between fish.
Just sucks up everything.
It's got like the Hawaiian shirt pattern on it and stuff, like because it's like the
Yeah,
pool boy
blend
Roomba.
in.
Pool
yeah.
boy.
Ben's gonna dress up his Roomba.
Yeah, he will. I'm sure. But he'll
Well,
take
I-
his Roomba to the beach to try and pick up chicks. Like,
I'd get cluttered
you
with
know,
sand.
he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
man, I have my dog. You have your dog, and then you
Roomba
have like a
on walks.
Roomba that cleans up dog shit. So it like
Sand
follows
getting its
behind.
gears
And you're like,
shit.
baby, I got both hands covered.
Yeah.
Well, I have both hands covered because if I have to pick up my dog's shit and it's a while to walk to the garbage can, I just
You
tie
got both hands
No,
covered because
no,
they're down
I-
your pants right now.
I
Get
ju-
him out of there.
I just tie the bag of shit around my dog's collar.
I've
Does it
seen
like-
him do it.
Then I don't have
As
to
like
carry
a training
it.
thing, so they're like, they hate shitting.
Well,
no,
it's
just
like
so you don't carry it.
They're
look,
like,
man,
oh, I got to smell my own
look,
crap.
shut up and stop cutting me off. Those dogs are like, what, 9, 10 years old now? They know where the garbage cans are at the beach. So if you're going to shit 400 yards away from the garbage can, you can carry your own shit 400 yards.
Yeah, but honestly, do you expect your pet, your fucking dog, to have any notion of like, spatial recognition to say that like, oh, this is where the fucking shitter is?
I
Dude, dogs are
absolutely
gonna
do.
shit when they shit, man.
I
It also
absolutely
doesn't
do.
care when it has shit
Yeah, it's
tied
like
to its
I gotta
neck,
poo.
so
It's
whatever.
not like, oh my god, I gotta
It's
hold
true.
it. It's like I'm gonna shit and you're gonna clean it up.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, the
it really
little
gives a
one,
shit.
the little dog Alex, like when I tie the shit bag around her neck, she's got little legs and
Does it scrape
they-
along the
they-
ground.
No, they kick the bag of shit up into her face, so she's
yeah.
always walking with her head tilted up like that, away from the shit being kicked into her face. So I think she's learned a little bit better than Molly. That
Lesson learned. Does she shit closer to the
you
garbage
shit
can
near
now?
the garbage can, yeah,
Yeah, that's actually
or in tall grass where I don't have to pick it up. That's fine.
Yeah,
too.
you can.
that'd
hide
be a
it.
humorous study, like just to actually follow your dog and be like, okay, does this actually affect where they're gonna shit? Like if I take them on the same route for a month, and when they do shit by the can, I don't make them.
You
hold
reward them. You
Yeah.
reward them. You
Yeah.
give them a treat.
a reward punishment
Good
system.
shit.
Yeah,
You should try that.
yeah, but
No, I'm happy with the shit tied around
Just
the
punishment.
collar. That's
Straight
fine, yeah.
punishment.
whatever works for you.
Like
I-
if
I
you
doubt
own
the
a dog,
dogs
you
really
got to
give a
pick up the
shit, though.
shit. There's no two ways about it. So just fucking
Yeah.
suck it up and pick up the
I've
shit.
seen a video of a shit composter that lights up a park somewhere in like Norway or something. You put the shit bag into the garbage can and it turns it into electricity.
Like
That reminds me of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Or he's like
Maybe.
sticking
Where he
band
like
I don't know.
throws,
and-
he throws shit into like the engine to power
Marty,
the
let's
flux
go.
capacitor.
This
Doc?
thing up to 80.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
when
Or toilets.
What have they? Has Disney figured out when they're going to do Back to the Future 4?
I don't know
No,
if that's
but you
gonna
know,
happen.
Nick Shell.
Fast Force Fox.
Nick Shell recut all 3 movies in chronological order of the events. So
Oh,
it
really?
starts in the
That's pretty funny.
1800s.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Where Back to the Future 3
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah, they showed it in
Yeah.
sequential order and
Yeah,
like
he recut it, the
chronological
whole
order.
thing. It's like 4 hours long, or
That's
however it
funny.
is, all glued together.
Yeah.
But it's really neat.
That's pretty clever.
Have
Yeah.
you watched it?
I've
I don't know if
watched
it would make
the
much
first
sense.
half, and so far it makes perfect sense.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
yeah, it is crazy.
Brilliant.
It's actually a testament to the film if you can do that. You know, if you can.
And to
Try and run it
and to
chronologically
and to
like
Nick's
that?
editing skills
Yeah,
for
of
like
course.
knowing where to put it together.
Well, I mean, Nick's probably watched that movie like
Yeah,
1,000 times.
that's his
so
favorite shit
Yeah.
ever. So yeah.
Big ups to Shell. Actually, I enjoyed that. He did that. What was it? The Terry Fox
Yeah.
thing that he got a lot of credit for.
And he's doing TELUS
Animation.
ads right now.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Like CG stuff too.
No, I don't think so. But
Just
he's
more like-
writing and directing and
Right on.
shooting all full on TELUS ads that are airing all over Canada.
Not those horrible like CG creature ones that I absolutely hate.
No, the ones with like there's like a bunch of little kids being interviewed and stuff
Oh,
like
look,
that.
it's a panda. Let's give him a fucking omelet.
TELUS
Like,
has
shut up,
CG
TELUS.
creature ads?
Oh,
They
yeah.
have CG
I
ads?
thought they were real.
They're all real, aren't they? There's like
No,
like
there
a
are
green screen. Or
No,
whatever?
no. There's like it depends.
I don't even know what TELUS ads we're talking about.
You know
now
what
that
the
I
thing
think
is
about
though?
it.
It's hard to tell now.
So
It's
it's like
like
a white
sometimes it's hard
You're
to tell
right. It's
between
getting
CG
there.
and reality.
It's getting there.
like
on
it's
some
hyper
things.
real. You know.
Yeah.
I heard that there are a bunch of like animatronics companies that are scared they're losing business and they're trying to get people to donate money so that they can make a movie. Like because
Like-
animatronics are dying out because
'Cause of
CGI is
CG,
taking
yeah.
over, so they want people to like support them, and they're saying if they get some certain amount of money, say $500,000, they'll make a movie based completely around animatronics and show people how like
Yeah.
cool the dying art is and how not
Animatronics
to
are
die.
expensive though.
They're
Exactly,
They're fun to
expensive
see
and
in
very
in
specific.
person.
Like you can't use an animatronic for something else.
Like on Disney rides and stuff. Those are I think that's
Totally,
the best use
totally.
for animatronics.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
For like
That's right.
For like live entertainment. In that
Yeah,
sense?
like going through some kind of a like roller coaster thing
Yeah.
and seeing scenes and things being acted out. By
Yeah,
robots.
like Universal Studios and
Yeah.
Disneylands and that kind of.
Yeah, that's
that
all.
kinda
I
thing.
always get a kick out
Totally.
of that.
That's probably where
I used to.
their biggest
So do-
support is still.
Do you
Yeah.
think the suits then in Iron Man 3 were animatronic at any point?
Combination
Those are
of,
mostly CG,
Like
Yeah,
for the
most
most
of it.
part, yeah.
but he
Yeah.
wears placeholder suits
Yeah, okay.
when
So
they can't. But anytime there's like a transformation, it's like half blue,
half green screens
half green screen
or whatever, yeah. So they use the, that's
But-
I mean that's been the standard model now
Yeah.
for a while. They,
But there would definitely be real suits, I imagine.
Do you
too.
think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah, they blend them
Because
They
it
blend them.
just looks better when something actually contacts a real thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like CGI doesn't quite have the actual contact yet.
Yeah.
The
They
physics of
haven't
that
found
isn't
that out.
quite. If they're on their own, it looks great. But as soon as they interact with real things,
Yeah.
most of us
Yeah.
usually can tell almost instantly.
totally.
Somehow it
It's-
just doesn't quite look right.
Yeah, we just can't quite get it the same.
Yeah.
But I mean, just getting there, man. Like give it,
It
another
is,
5
totally,
years and it'll
totally.
be like
It's impressive. It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw a demonstration of new techniques for rendering stuff that somebody posted on my wall. But you can see how far it's going. Like they can do fire, they can do snow, like different densities of snow now.
Nice.
All in the computer. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I just I think the faster and more capable our computers get, the more
The better.
play we're gonna have with making reality just that.
Just think how advanced it'll be in 100 years from now.
Fuck, I don't even want to think.
What
That's
if
good.
we're living in a computer simulation right now? We wouldn't even know.
We wouldn't know. That's the point. It'd
Yeah,
be fine.
shit. All right. I want to move on a little bit, and I want to actually ask the Golden Grams boy over here, but
Or just the golden boy.
The Hulk of
the
comedy.
Hulk of comedy.
Yeah.
So,
Only when he's angry.
So for the first time in some time, this man over here, the One Fudge, is earning some green and doing his thing, man. So I want to hear a little update on what's been going on in the world of the One Fudge.
I'm painting I painted some furniture this weekend. I didn't actually paint it. I primed it.
Sick, that's tight. But you got a job, right?
No,
Oh, you don't work?
no,
Oh shit! I thought you were like earning your keep now.
no. I just squat.
Oh, like squatting bear.
Like I found a place to live.
Yeah, you
and
just
I
got to live
hang
there for what,
out
10
there.
months or something?
And until
it's
someone
yours.
makes me leave, I'm not going anywhere. It's
But
my
but no,
land.
it sounds like you've really established a wicked barter system with
yeah,
your
I've
product, right?
like I've I've become independent again after having a fucked up back and having some financial issues like creditors and Visa and other shit. So I have a real big boy lifestyle now. Feels good.
You mean debt?
Yeah.
All my debt's gone, man. I paid it
That's
all.
good. That's a big update.
Yeah.
Although we're gonna make a call. Are we still gonna make a call to the creditors?
No, I just.
Or is that done? You just
I
got
just want to
that?
pay the fucking thing off now. Like I
You do have a recording of that.
I
though.
have a
Get it over
recording
with.
of an hour of us trying to get a hold of the creditors.
So why don't you get that my
Really?
way and then I'll put it up.
Yeah, it's just
Like
it's
automated
going to take a lot of
servicing and
filtering
shit?
because I recorded off my phone and then we're calling them on his computer from Google, so it's just like ambient sound. But
So look out for some sound bites going to be up on our page fairly
It's-
shortly of
Yeah,
Scott
some
Hall
of it's
calling
pretty
the
funny.
creditors.
some of it is pretty funny. I wish it was better quality, but it's insane to hear these people like give you
The
the
shit they say.
runaround. Like you could waste a whole afternoon just trying to find out where your debt is, and it's so crazy because that's like that's your life, right? That's your credit, right?
Yeah.
So it's being transferred from one collection agency to the next. And, I've worked inside of one of those types of collection agencies, and it's just it's a grimy business.
It's a rat race.
People are buying debts and that's like one way that they profit off of it. You buy someone's debt and then you can mark it down, and you're writing that off, so the company's not losing money anyway. And it's just they really squeeze you.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's their business. The business of squeezing you out of your money somehow or
fucked.
some way, right?
It's fucked.
Yeah, they definitely don't make it as easy as they should when you're looking to pay off your debt. It's just like, shut up and take my fucking
Yeah, they don't
money.
want you
Like,
to pay it off. That's right.
Well, and
They
Alex,
almost don't.
hadn't you said
They make
that
more
at
money
that
with
point,
interest.
when it gets to the creditors or collectors anyways,
Yeah.
they've already written off that debt? Like
Oh, yeah.
Money Mart or whomever has already written that off.
But they're still going to put a black mark on your credit score so that you have to get a new credit card at some point, rebuild your credit.
yeah.
And you got to play the game, and it's a really fucked up system. It's all going to. There's only like 2 credit houses in the world that I know about. Like
Visa, MasterCard.
no
American Express.
not those guys, but the ones that go like the places that have the data on your bill payments and stuff. Or Equifax and
Oh, yeah.
the other one.
Yeah.
Credit
Yeah.
checkers or whatever. Or,
Yeah. Everyone checks with
I
them.
can't remember what they're
Yeah.
called. Yeah, creditors.
We
or
had
something.
to deal with them after the whole
They're
scare.
dickheads.
Yeah,
Sure.
after the university got a
Right.
huge security breach.
Yeah,
a bunch
someone
of computers and
stole
hard drives were
all the
stolen
info.
Yeah,
out
did,
of HR or something like that.
Yeah.
Or payroll.
did they ever get to the bottom of that?
No.
Somebody left the computers.
They found the computers.
and then with a note or something,
Yeah.
being like that. It was like, we're not against the common workers, like blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Nice.
It was
We're here to take Dave Turpin's money, not yours, basically.
Well, only the bankers got bailed out. No, not a lot of people got helped out in the last 5 years with
Yeah.
the economic downturn. So there's a lot of bad blood there, and people fucking hate banks to begin with, and that made it worse. So
Yeah, well, I think the thing that was the shocker to everyone who works here was how easy it was for them to break in.
yeah. It
Like,
wasn't
this
very
is such
difficult.
sensitive information.
They smashed a
And-
window with a hammer,
and it was like a brand new
and
building,
were out.
but it had like no security
It's
cameras.
Super simple.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe like one at one entrance,
yeah.
and
Very-
had like very
no-
little
no evidence.
safeguards. in
but it was
place.
hacked at some point, right? Like you had to get into
No.
a computer database.
No.
Did you not?
No, they think it
Somebody
was internal.
physically went
inside.
in to
Someone who worked there
Oh, probably
had
yeah.
information and either was there or
Gave it to somebody.
Gave it to someone.
It
And
was like, this is when you need to
there was
strike.
some inside information, definitely, because they knew exactly what computers to get. Like, they didn't waste any time. They smashed a
Right.
window, got in, got like a few computers, and then left.
Yeah.
So no time at all.
Disgruntled
like, knew
employee
exactly what they were
probably
doing.
who got fired, or like,
Could have been.
something.
Or even just someone just looking to make some cash off selling
Yeah.
this sensitive information.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we'll see a lot more of that. It's just
Oh man, it's
it's crazy. All this financial money is just stored in computers. It's just ones and zeros on servers somewhere.
Have you guys ever been frauded before though?
Nope,
Thank
never.
God, no.
See, you're lucky.
I did. Somebody charged $50 at a 7-Eleven on my credit card, and I don't know how. It wasn't me.
I had like $5,000 put on my credit card when I was in Australia. And like I had an hour of internet left on my time, and I go on my bank and I'm like, what the fuck? Like my Visa card had like insane charges on it for like gambling.
Oh, someone did take my Visa one time, or I lost it, and someone took it to like
Visa?
McDonald's and charged like $75 to it. And
Yeah.
then when the Visa saw that,
Burgers for everyone.
when they saw that, they put a stop on it.
Boy
and,
goes
it
around.
was
Like,
just
who
like
the fuck buys $75 worth of shit at
I don't know,
McDonald's?
street
Epic
people.
epic mealtime.
But
you know,
Yeah,
actually, that
no
probably
doubt.
happens for like
it just
birthday
got
parties
credited
and
back
stuff
to my
too, though.
account, and I didn't have to deal with any
Oh,
kind
dude,
of
I had to
issues.
deal with like a fucking private investigator guy who like had obviously worked for the Canadian government in the past, like for CSIS or something, and he was there watching me, watching my reactions to his questions, like
Yeah.
seeing if I was like,
Interrogation
showing
of
the
sorts.
signs of a liar.
What's the good thing about a credit card is when you are playing with that money, that's the house's money, pretty much. Like it's not the same as cash in your bank
Definitely.
account.
I mean, it's a more protected means
Yeah.
of using a financial transfer, but like I would say like for me, I obviously try and avoid using those as much as possible, but
Totally.
creditors are constantly just coming at you with like, hey, do you want more?
Yeah.
You know, you have a good credit history.
More
Well,
debt.
here, have some
Yeah,
more
if
money.
you can't pay your bills, they buy your debt, and a lot of people eat
Give
off
you
of
an
that.
extension.
A lot of people eat off that. The sharks are waiting, always.
Because the only way they
Yeah.
make money is interest, right? So they have
You
to,
miss a
if
payment,
you
that's
have a
just the
debt,
ones in San
you
Jose,
miss a
yeah.
payment, and that's like blood in the water. That's like
Yeah.
it's
that
just
gets
money
them-
for them. It's just ka-ching. The longer you wait to pay off your debt, the more interest will accrue on it, and the
Oh,
more
yeah.
money they'll make. The only way they make
Shystas
money
and
is through interest.
moneylenders.
We hate y'all creditors.
It's all interest.
This
Shylocks.
podcast is not for creditors
No creditors
unless you
allowed.
want to sponsor us, and then we might be down.
Hells yeah, we'll
Man,
sell
I
out.
think I
like-
s-
We'll sell
like
out in a
that.
second.
I think I still have bad karma from my 6-month contract at Money Mart
Oh
doing
Money Mart,
collections.
now those things I stay away from.
Well, yeah,
those
I
are
was
even
doing,
worse
and I
than
was
the
doing,
banks.
I was
They're
doing
like,
collections on 3-year-old and 4-year-old accounts, and people just going, and they still wanted some money back.
Did you have trouble getting to sleep at night?
No, but
Cash
I mean,
advance.
I was calling people and be right away like, I'll give you 40% off. This is probably the only time that you'll get this offer, and try to help the people out a little bit, but that's all I can
Was
do.
that the truth? Like that was a really good.
Yeah, they'll
option for
never
them?
get that again.
Why did you get the like golden? Boy
Because I was on
40%?
a crazy like recovery team for 6 months to just try and get as much as they could.
Or did they give you the ones that were like, they're like, no fucking way you're getting any money out of these guys?
Yeah, they were giving you the Ben Fudge accounts.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, there's
they
a
were
lot
like,
of-
They give
oh,
you
yeah.
the Scott Hall.
Oh yeah, and you'd see a pattern too. It was all people that were like, oh, I've been injured for a while and I just haven't had a job and blah blah blah. And you're like, dude, it's been like 3 years, man.
Yeah.
Like,
What were the? What
are
were
you
the like?
even trying?
yeah,
Like,
are you even trying? And then you hear them smoking in the background and like.
Did you have any Scott Hall
Fishing.
cases or anyone of that caliber? Like people who are just out there, like
Oh yeah, there's that. You
John
got
Cena.
people tell you to fuck off and die, and some people you feel really sorry for, and you try and really help, and you hear their story, and you feel like empathetic, and other people you're just like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like you should just pay. Like you start to get really hardened after a while.
yeah.
Like I went into it like pretty soft, like sell, like, hey man, we'd love to if you could like pay this, come in at this day, and you get half off, and then by the end I'm just like, pay your debt. Fucking.
What's the recovery rate like?
Well, you get a bonus based on what you recover.
10% of that or what?
So yeah,
That's pretty good then, I
something
guess,
like
right?
that. Yeah. So a lot of the debts are like between $500 and $2,000.
But on average, say like if you deal with 10 calls a day like that, would you
you're
solve one?
you're calling. You're on an
100.
automated dialer system. So as soon as it hears a click of somebody picking up the phone,
yeah.
Yeah.
like you're like hello, and you
engaged.
see the name come up on your screen. You're like, oh, Dave, right? And you pretend to be like their friend.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Hey,
oh, what's
buddy.
up, man?
Hey, Dave, what's going on, bro?
Hey, so this debt that you have with Money Mart, they're like, yeah, a lot of
So
times.
there's some
like,
hot
but-
chicks here that want to get you some special funding, but you got to pay us your debt first.
yeah, you can say all kinds of things. And sometimes it's really funny to catch people off guard. But
Oh, shit.
yeah, you'd probably
So
talk
what do
to
they do in the end? Do they just send? Do they go to some sort of like the police? Do they go like? There must
Send
be
the
a
cops
limit.
to your house
Is
to
there
fucking
like
take
after a
your money?
certain amount of years
Um,
they just have to actually like
We're sending the hot cops to your
force
house
it out
to
of
take your
you?
money.
some sort
They're-
of court date maybe or something like that? Like, do they have any legal things?
They won't take you to court. If
So you could
anything,
just stay
They
in
know
debt
you
with
can't
them.
afford representation
You
anyway.
can just stay in debt forever.
it'll get erased after like 7, 8 years or something. There's statute of limitations on it, I think.
I'll only
I
have to
might
hold
be
out
wrong
for a
on
couple
that.
more years.
Yeah.
But
So if you can
there must
like
be
dodge
some
your debt
legal
for that
way
long.
for them. Like, why wouldn't we all just go and get like take out a bunch of money and then not pay it?
Well,
why doesn't
that would only happen.
everyone
That
do
would
that?
only work once, right?
And then they never give it to you again.
Or
Yeah.
you would never be able to get a credit card again.
Fair enough, but wouldn't that still be fine?
Yeah.
How's
It's
that?
I'm just wondering
gonna
why
get-
that's not.
It's a pestering thing, right? Like you're on an automated dialer system, and they're calling everybody because you have to give the name of someone close to you when you do it, and so you're just gonna get annoyed to death.
You just got to give him Scott Hall's number and get them to call Scott Hall, and you could be like Scott Hall representation, and it's like everybody who's got an outstanding debt, Scott Hall will represent.
But for numbers,
I would
it's
do
like,
that. I would do
I
that
know,
for
man.
a flat fee. You
That
call
would
up
be
creditors
amazing.
and be like, hey, yo,
You'd be like,
I don't want to owe nobody nothing, man.
You probably would talk to 100 people
that
a
would
day.
be so awesome.
You probably talk to 100 people a day, get about 20 people to agree to coming in to make a payment,
Right.
and in actuality, maybe one or two
I'd
people
be like, can
might.
you talk to my attorney, Scott Hall?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and
Scott
he'd come
Hall.
at him with his like you'd have your book of jargon too that you could like come at them with, so you'd use actual proper language.
I wanted Ben to come work with me there because we would have had a hilarious time calling people. Like you could play with your like voices. You need
to study hypnotism.
You can do whatever.
Yeah.
You need to
Let it sink
hypnotize
in.
them on the phone
As
and then
long
just
as-
be like, "You're going to come in on Friday."
As long as you don't swear, and
Threaten them.
or threaten them, and you say that you get them to agree to the date that they're coming in to pay. You can play it however you want.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Play it
But
loose.
I still think it's all about having representation
improvisational
by
loan
Scott
shark.
Hall.
Yeah.
And he has his
But
book.
these are the type of people that owe so much money they can't really afford to pay someone to fucking piss off their creditors even more.
you
So
just-
it's not like I'd really be getting anything
you need to,
accomplished.
you
I'd
need
just
to
be
work out some sort of payment plan where it's like they give you like $10 a
like,
year.
the only way they can come up with this money is if it's
'Cause
Scott
you're
Hall.
like, come on, it's $10 a year.
It's only if the only way they can come up with the money is
could-
if Scott Hall had a good night at the roulette table and Big Kev didn't drain his bank account.
Yeah, no doubt. Fuck, half those people will probably find you at the casino. Speaking of the casino, have you guys been to the casino in town?
I've
Nope.
never
I've been
gone.
there
Not recently.
twice.
Oh, I went there with for the first time with Steve, my buddy Steve Mierenville. You guys all know him. He was in town for a little bit visiting from Qatar, and he had a shit ton of cash, and he was like, let's just do this, and so we make it all the way out to the casino at like, I don't know, 1 a.m. Steve pulls out like
Is it open 24/7?
No, I think it's only open till 3, something like that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Steve pulls out like $400 and gives us each like $100, and just starts hitting the mahjong tables. And within like 5 minutes, he's out of money, and he's like, he comes up where I'm gambling, and I'm actually up a bit of money, and he just like grabs my stack of chips and walks away, and like puts it on the mahjong table again and loses it all.
Oh, fuck.
I'm just like, dude.
Does he not know how to play or something?
No, he was just fucking pissed, like super drunk. But
You know, mahjong's like the game of tiles, right? Like,
yeah,
Okay.
Can
yeah.
you gamble with that game? I imagine it's.
No,
You
it's
gamble just about
I'm
any
wrong.
game,
It's not
dude.
mahjong. It's the other one.
You
Shit.
might be able to gamble in mahjong.
It's like
you can gamble in any
I don't-
type
I
of
don't know.
game.
That's
Yeah.
very Asian way to gamble.
mahjong. Yeah, it's well, he is sort of in the more like Asian area right now. Oh, that's kind of Middle East, isn't it? Anyways,
Yeah,
that was my first trip to the
Middle
casino.
East.
I don't know
It's
if
Africa actually.
it's like I went there though, and the lady saw that I was spending some money, and she's like, "Oh, would you like a drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
$1 million of
Crown
them.
and Coke or something." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't serve alcohol."
We don't serve premium.
And I was like,
brands.
"What?
At all?
No, they just didn't serve booze at all."
It's in
Like,
Canada.
what the
Yeah, they
fuck?
don't allow
I think
that.
maybe after 11. I mean, maybe they did it for their daytimes or something, but
That's really
no,
weird.
there's no booze at all.
I don't think so. No, there has
really
to be in a.
You should just
or
ask,
it has to be in a-
ask her if she knows that a fool and his money are soon parted. So get me drunk
Yeah,
and
well,
turn me
you'd
into a
think.
fool.
There's like a bar, right, that you can go to on the side.
I think
There's
so.
places you can get liquor,
Probably.
but it's like
There's
a
a
controlled
restaurant there.
area.
Yeah, maybe like a reserved
Controlled
kinda
area.
controlled area.
Yeah,
Have
you
a-
can't
have-
drink. It's
Is
not
it
like
nice
Have a
on the
box of
inside?
wine.
It's okay. I mean, there's like a blackjack table, and then
Does it
there's
still look like a Western
They renovated
scene
it.
inside?
No, they renovated
They
it.
had it painted to look like a Western.
no, it looks a little
mural
more
at
classy
first.
now.
Yeah, no,
it's definitely a little more
I think
classy.
4 or 5 years ago they did a big renovation.
Yeah, it. I
I've
don't
never
know.
set foot in there.
The other
It's
casino.
fun.
Have you guys been to the casino River Rock in Vancouver?
No.
I've been by
No.
it when I get the SkyTrain.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the only time.
I've gone in it to take a shit. But that's about it.
Great shitters or what?
Oh yeah,
Subs?
dude. The thing is, you used to be able to go into the hotel and use the ones on the lobby floor, and they were like super blasé, like fucking. All the porcelain was looking spanking clean. And,
Gucci.
you know, I was like, okay, I got to use this to take shit. But they've since locked them, so you can't get in there anymore. So you got to
so
go
now you
right
just
into
use the station.
No, you got to go right into River Rock and then use the
into
like
the
main
casino itself.
toilets in there. But you know, I actually haven't gambled in there before, so maybe I'll go there someday in the future when I have some cash. And,
Cool story,
you know.
bro. You guys ever been to this casino I've never been to?
I've been to
Tell me
River
what
Rock.
it's like.
You guys check this thing out? I have no idea. What
I've
it's
never
like.
gambled there. I've been there, but
Let's talk about Skafest a little bit.
yeah, okay. So yeah, coming up this summer, July 9th through 13th, we've got the Victoria's 14th annual Ska Festival coming, and we're actually I'm pretty stoked about this. I mean, I'm stoked every year, but this time we've got some artists who I'm really kind of familiar with and stoked on. One of which being Dub Effects, who is one of my sort of forerunners in terms of live looping and music, who I really appreciate right now. And I think last year when I saw him at Shambhala was kind of the culmination of my appreciation for that music.
It was a lot of fun, except that like everyone around us was smoking like 50 cigarettes at the
true.
same time.
I mean, that's the Sham for you. But I know we're stoked. He's going to be playing on Saturday night in the Inner Harbor, and we have a much larger space this year. It's down basically right at Ship's Point, and in the past we've had about 1,000, 1,200 capacity.
Are you only doing one space this time?
Just the
that
one main
main
stage, and then we're going to do lots of club shows in the evenings.
Does Skafest usually land on a Saturday, Sunday though? Because this
No. We do Friday.
No.
We do Tuesday, Wednesday are free, so those days are free, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday are pay shows.
Yeah.
With a free show on Saturday afternoon.
Right.
But what's happening this year is that which is actually kind of a good thing, is that we're looking at our Saturday as a play that was disgusting, Fudge.
It was bubbly.
It's quite abrupt.
Is it stinky?
It's been a while. It travels.
Oh my God!
It travels at the speed of fart.
It's funny because like that mic will be on some like dignitary's mouth in the next week.
No,
I'm
counting on it. I am counting on it.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
It's gonna get pink eye.
So yeah. Anyways, we got Friday is going to be Mad Caddies. Saturday night, Dub Effects, with the potentials for another hip hop artist who might be on that bill, someone who you all know. And I got to wait on that until it's confirmed. But if that does happen, it's going to be much bigger. It's
Swollen.
No, that's way below
Swollen
where
members?
we're talking.
Oh,
Are they still around?
they're back.
Anyways, if it happens, I'd be pretty stoked to see it go. But we're waiting on some confirmations on that still.
So what are my chances of getting beer garden for volunteering? If I volunteered yesterday,
mean,
which I
serving
did,
beer?
I sent my app in.
There's probably a pretty good chance. I mean, the thing is, you just need to get in contact
need-
with the right streams, and I can make a little.
Because like I was like
recommendation.
on my application, I was like I kind of want to let whoever know that I want to fuck.
Did you actually write that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I was like, okay.
I was like, I
that'll
also
weed you out quickly.
Strictly from the record.
I also don't want to write I want to fuck down on the application. So what are the volunteer things I could probably get the best chance at crushing pussy are? And I thought you suggested beer garden. And that was probably the better
I'd say
one.
beer garden, crowd services maybe.
Hey, you're drunk.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, the beer garden usually like we close down at 10 o'clock every night, anyways. So the thing is, it'd either be there or it'd be working.
You don't get the final word.
at some of the club
How about
shows.
the food places? Maybe a food place.
We do. We've pretty much
they
outsourced
subcontract
all of
the
our
food stuff,
food
right?
vending this year. Like
Right,
we've decided
right.
that we're gonna
provide their own employees.
we're gonna have people
one day.
come in and do stuff as opposed to us doing our own concession.
Right.
Because it just makes
makes
more
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
And then we have a good variety of food. We're not just doing like burgers and stuff like that. This year we've got a lot of different options. So
Nice.
looking forward to that. And the space itself, there's going to be about a 2,000 person capacity in there. So
Whoa.
we're gonna pack that place, especially on those free nights on
Fill it up with babes.
on the Tuesday, Wednesday.
I got it. Photographer, Fudge. You should be a volunteer photographer.
I might volunteer drive. I hope I don't have to drive. But
Yeah, that might help.
Volunteer
actually.
driver. Yeah, there you go.
The thing is, we do need that a lot. I mean, so there are times when we have shows going, especially on the evening performances, where we finish at 10 o'clock at the harbor, and then we have to kick up another show at 10 o'clock at a club. So like, Catchafaya and J Boog are playing. Actually, I'm really stoked to hear Catchafaya come back. They're playing a club show this time though, which is kind of a different thing. They played the harbor last Saturday, last festival.
yeah, that was fun.
to
Me and
end it
Miller
all
were there.
off. Yeah, and that was probably my highlight of the festival. So for them to be back and playing in the club setting it's going to be a little bit of a different environment, but it's still going to be a great show.
Is
And,
Dub Effects playing at
Double
Ships
Effects is
Point?
playing at Ships Point, yeah. So
Nice.
I'm really stoked for that because we have like that Rock the Shores is going on that same weekend on Saturday. No, it's Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
which is good for us and for them in the sense. But they're very like sort of pop centric kind of indie festival. So it's like Sam Roberts and that kind of stuff. But with Dub Effects, it's such like a different appeal than what I think the main pop audiences will be interested in. That we're kind of happy that we have that
It's different.
that width, right? We're still trying to get it all the pieces together right now. But Again, July 9th through 13th, and Ships Point Inner Harbor, Club 919. I believe we're going Lucky Bar, Victoria Event Center. And we're going to be all over the spot. We got lots of workshops happening at Long McQuaid. Double Effects is going to come in and do a live looping session. We're going to have Blitz the Ambassador from Ghana via Brooklyn, who's going to be coming in and talking about sort of the infusions of hip-hop and African music. And there's going to be a lot of other good workshops happening too. I'm getting stoked on that one, and I'll be sure to make sure you guys are all informed and out
What's
for that.
the website?
And if you're an attractive woman over the age of 18, you should definitely volunteer, because there's an outside chance you could be volunteering with me and possibly having sex with me later.
Also,
that's true.
If a lady's volunteering, she has less chance of getting elbowed in the tit.
That's true. And we'll get you all. You get your Scoffy wear, and you'll be ready.
Hey,
ready to roll.
so when you volunteer, do you get to go see a show for free, or
You do, yeah. If you do an 8-hour shift, it's either 1 or 2 8-hour shifts. I can't remember. I think it's just one. Then you can pick a show of your choice. However, there are a few restrictions. Like if you want to go to one of the club shows that are really tight space-wise,
limited space, yeah.
then that one we won't be able to honor. But usually most stuff we'll be able to hook people up. If it's a harbor thing, for sure. And stuff like that. So, yeah, if you do want to get involved with that, it's www.victoriascafest.ca, and you can look for a volunteer application and get up on that. And would be
Where do you buy tickets?
Do it.
if you want to buy tickets, you can buy tickets from ticketweb.ca off our website, victoriascafest.ca, or you can get them at Lyle's and Ditch in Victoria. There's some other outlets. Just check out our website, and they'll be able to direct you where you need to go.
I was in Ditch yesterday getting my Tall Tree ticket.
That's right. That's another festival. I'm. You know what? I would really like to go to Tall Trees. The only problem for me is it's just so close to Skafest. And
It's like the week before, right? You're still going to be tons of organizing and just...
yeah, that's the
Where's
thing. Like,
Tall Trees?
It's a busy
Tall Trees on
on the island?
Renfrew.
you should check that out, man. I think you'd enjoy that festival host.
I remember hearing
Yeah.
about
On
it
the
last
island?
year.
For
Yeah.
my ticket, my 3-day camping pass was like $180.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
$60
cheap.
a day for a concert. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's actually pretty phenomenal.
Not
And
too
the lineup's
shabby
not
at
too
all.
bad. Like it looks pretty good. But for me, what I see that as like a festival in its infancy right now. It's only a couple years in.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you just learn so much about your site, your people who come every year, so you're able to improve and make things better.
Hopefully,
And
yeah.
hopefully.
Ideally.
Yeah. In the
How long
ideal
has Tall
world.
Trees been out for?
I think 3 years. This
Oh,
is
so
the
it
third
is
year.
really new.
Yeah.
Has anyone gone before? Sitting here right now.
I have some
Me.
friends who have gone.
No.
It's gotten really rainy at least one
Yeah,
day
that's
every
right.
time.
It's
So
a
I'm
bit of
bringing
a-
my,
it's a
bringing my
bit of a-
rain gear.
Scouts honor, be prepared for that. Like
Oh,
bring
yeah.
your tents and bring your tarps and
Yeah, actually
you know.
prepare for camping.
yeah, get yourself dialed in.
Not many amenities, I don't think.
But I
there.
think it's one of those places where, like, if you wanted to, the space is still pretty open, and you could like drive your vehicle in. If you had someone with like a truck, you can use a truck if there's no trees to do all your ties off and stuff
Right.
like that. You know,
Yeah, trucks are
you
got to
kind of be resourceful when you
Yeah.
don't have a lot of extra shit to peg to. That's kind of important.
Is it mostly like folk type music?
No,
Is that what it
I'd
is,
say
or-
it would be kind of indie rock, hip hop, electronic.
It's kind of got a bit,
It's got a
bit of an
good
eclectic
widespread.
feel.
It's West
eclectic.
Coast.
Yeah.
And who's the electric act that I might know?
Who is the
I don't
headliner?
know.
I think the guy who Ben saw last night is playing up there, Neon Steve.
Yeah, Neon Steve.
Long Walk Short Talk might be playing there. We should just take a look
Oh.
online right
Yeah,
now.
it does get some big names. I
Phone's
remember
about to
from
die.
last
Yeah,
year.
me too.
Anyways, yeah, it sounds like a cool event.
But
and
yeah, I'm stoked to see Tall Trees going, and what's been a good thing for production in general on the island has been the introduction of PK Audio. And PK Audio are a company out of Kelowna, I believe, and they manufacture their own speakers,
Oh.
and they are also a production company.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who are behind what is Shambhala's productions.
Are
they? They do all the stages there. They do all the sound.
They've been
now.
growing for
So
like
it's their
5,
speakers
10 years
and
now.
then
It's
their
been
setup.
going
It's
pretty
their stuff, their speakers, and their techs
steadily.
and stuff. They've
Cool.
started a Vancouver Island chapter, essentially.
Nice.
These guys, Rory and Angus, both of whom I'm friends with, they basically decided that they were going to take PK to the island. And it's great because they're going to be able to service the clients that aren't quite, they don't have the money for a PAW or for a Doug Lingard DL Sound.
Yeah, the higher
the two high echelon
tier
kind of companies.
That's
Right.
right.
They can find that middle road
Oh,
and
cool.
yet
Yeah.
still have a really quality PA for people
So
to
they're
use.
like the disruptor in the market.
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't
they're
say
like the middle.
disruptor. They're
'cause
just they're finding the middle ground, right?
Yeah.
Like they're hosting shows and they're getting their gear out to things where people normally wouldn't have the money to finance. The top end guys.
unless you want like a high school dance DJ who comes out of a van with his shit.
So
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you can get the really lower tier
Yeah.
audio guys that just have all their shit in a van.
Yeah.
Or there's the higher tiers like the PAW which is like really all professional grade stuff. So
Yeah.
these guys are kind of filling that in between where you have some money, but you don't necessarily need
Mm-hmm.
all
Yeah.
the best equipment.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you don't really want some douchebag falling out of a van with a bunch of like duct taped crap either.
Yeah. No, that's
well,
really
that's
good.
what I mean.
It's
I think
perfect.
I'm excited in the sense for where Ska-Fest can utilize these guys in the future too. I want to be able to see a plug and play rig. Like we use an all digital system at our setup downtown.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
cool.
it's all computer based, right? And it's
Yeah.
all software with an A to D unit, so we can translate and stuff like that.
That's pretty
Right.
cool though. That's
It's
cool.
pretty awesome, and all I
Like-
want to see is an improved front end. So I want to be able to
Yeah.
put some not EAW, pardon me. I want to put PK speakers running off our digital rig. So that in the future will be what I'd like to see, sort of come to fruition there.
Right.
Because that's something that
Because you are using like the company that you're using. I won't say his name or whatever, but it's kind of like homemade stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a rig
not
that came out
necessarily
of steamers.
Bad, but it's sort of it's not necessarily the greatest either.
Fucking
It's-
steamers. How
Yeah.
long has that place
It's a bit
been out
cheap.
of business for? 5-6 years now?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
5
at
years
least.
at least.
That's some big nights.
That was a
there.
great place, man.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
at
there was a
Steamers.
lot
I
of fun
too.
there.
They had cheap pictures. They had like pretty awesome wait staff.
Nothing's
I
really
mean,
taken
good
its
shows.
place.
I had
No, it's
I had a fun little gig there
it's
running
nothing.
sound for every Wednesday night or whatever it was. And it was like always great little local bands come in. Like I remember they used to be called One and Booyah, but they became Tequila Mockingbird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like they kind of got their first shows there and stuff. So like it just shows you how much talent is in this town. For the size of our city, we have a lot of musical talent. And we're really actually quite lucky for that, And I don't know if it's necessarily our environment or what spawns and breeds this like amazing, musical.
It's the West Coast high life.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
it
the-
is the
living
West
it.
Coast high
We're
life.
living it.
It's the vibe of the island.
Yeah,
It's
and
the energy here.
and that's. Did you just say synergy?
It's the energy here.
Okay,
so-
good. Thanks.
Yeah.
I've just heard so much like synergy
Synergy.
talk of late.
Yeah.
Are you going to embargo him now too?
Who says synergy?
The UVic
Corporate.
VP.
Corporate
Yeah,
In your world,
language,
you're
it's corporate
we
lingo.
heard synergy. Bro.
synergy? Yeah.
Synergy's such a
Our two
90s word.
Basically, what we're doing
We have
is
two
we're-
departments merging.
Yeah, we're merging with ceremonies, so we're going to become basically like co-aligned with them in a lot of things. Like we're going to help and support a lot of their production work.
So what
and-
kind of
It's just a way of saving
synergistic
money.
activities are you doing to
Oh,
support
man.
it?
She just used synergy as her like coin word. She just was like going back to it,
Wow.
and we were like, okay, synergy. All right.
Yeah,
Gotta work
it's-
together.
Yeah,
That word got played out.
We're
in
working
the
together
90s.
for the same solution.
Yeah, that's right.
Which we don't know what that is.
Yes, it's kind of
But
vague
it's
at
gonna
this
be
point,
awesome.
but it's going to
It's
be
going to be
fantastic.
awesome. I'm thinking big balloons.
Yeah, we're gonna mass produce
have
balloons.
fantastic
We're gonna fill
helium
them
balloons.
with various
Jizz.
sure with jizz.
And then throw them on the floor.
Streamers.
Oh, that would be Vish. Us. If we were somehow like, don't even want to think about that now. But
Just streamers.
we're all just gonna take a break here to pop a nut in a balloon. Excuse me.
Hey, so did you learn your lesson yet?
What?
Which lesson?
The one that means you don't bail on your friends or they embargo you.
Oh yeah, let's hear about this
Uh,
embargo.
Well,
Are you embargo inclined right now?
Yeah,
is
the
that why
embar- the
is that
embargo-
why like you haven't talked to him the whole
Yes,
time?
that's exactly it. The embargo is still
I don't
standing.
feel like we ever had really firm plans for that night anyway. I was just kind of putting it out there like, oh, this is a thing we could do, but I guess he really wanted to do it. And
You should have an arbitration.
I did hear you guys discuss Matt the Alien, however.
Yeah, I was sort of into the idea, but then I took a look at the bank account and I was like, you know, I can't really until I lock some my next job down.
I
Can't
would have
really,
bought your ticket, dude.
Yeah, but the whole night is you're gonna go to the bar a few times and then the cab ride home and
Well, I wasn't going to take a cab home.
well, yeah,
I
you
live
don't
right
have
by
to.
downtown.
And although you did generously offer me your memory foam bath mat to sleep on.
I was
Very
going to go there to
generous
try to
offer.
crush pussy.
That's
I
gotta
mean,
be
if
written
I,
down.
if I found a chick to fuck, he would have been
Well,
stuck there.
Did you go anyway?
No,
Oh.
I ended up.
Well, you can't hate on me then that bad.
Well, I got
It's
my
because you
second
didn't
wind
go.
after prawn fishing, and then I waited for people to get back to me, and then nothing coalesced before 9:30, so I just ended up passing out.
I mean, it kind of worked out that you placed the embargo on me this week anyway, because I had like job interviews all week, and I had to like learn a lot of stuff.
no, the embargo had nothing to do with that. It was strictly based
How
on
did
you
your job
not
interviews
attending
go?
Matt the Alien.
Yeah, you getting
Yeah.
work? You getting employed?
I do.
How'd they feel anyway?
Man, I'm learning all types of shit I'm not like trained for, like SQL querying and all this stuff, and I've just been like
Squirrel curing?
SQL.
I know, I just abbreviated that and turned it into squirrel.
They call it sequel when they. It doesn't make sense either. But
You got that wrong too,
it's close.
Darcy.
Oh.
it's like the database system that is the standard has been for like 30 years or something.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I might. There's this data analyst job that I'm looking at, perhaps
A
taking.
analyst.
Yeah, it's super. It could be really dry, but it could also be kind of a good skill to have. So
Oh, whatever. I mean, it's work, right?
yeah, I have a follow-up interview next week, and I've just been trying to study all weekend and learn it.
If you're interested, there's a job as the projectionist at the IMAX theater.
Really?
Yeah, this guy who does video in here told me yesterday. He was like, "You know anyone who needs a job?"
It's probably
And it probably
good
pays
pay.
pretty well,
Unionized,
actually.
though, isn't it? I think that's an IATSE thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, when you have to be part of a union to have access to that job.
Usually
Yeah.
projection.
Yeah,
He
probably
seemed to
thought-
say that it was like
Just
anything
anything
goes.
goes.
Like if they need
Really?
someone to do a projectionist there.
But
So-
you notice how he was talking to like us, like
Yeah,
working
he
in
probably
theater.
thinks
he might
you
have
guys-
assumed that we were IATSE.
oh, that's possible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I think there
It'd
is
be worth a
union
shot,
for,
though, if
I'd
Yeah.
probably get
for-
you hired at FAS now.
Put my name in the.
You should
into
just
that
check
guy.
out IMAX Victoria. Like
Okay.
they have, like, send them an email,
Yeah, no,
and then you can splice
and
in
then we can go
penises.
watch IMAX movies.
It's
and you
just-
can splice penises in.
Yeah, like,
although it's all probably
Fight Club
digital now.
style.
It's probably like not
Oh,
even.
yeah. No, they still use film. I think they
Do
still
they?
use physical film. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
cool.
Do they really?
Yeah.
It's not digital now.
No,
we
maybe
don't-
it's just a
they
larger.
still
it's a
send out
larger
reels
film.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not.
I
it's
wanted
like
to come
32
work at
millimeter or
FAS
something.
last week, so that I would have a paycheck by now or by the end of next week, and also because I could eat all the sweet food that they have.
Yeah, tell us about
As a
some of
perk.
the stuff that's going on at FAS there, Fudgy. I mean, what do you guys got?
Well, we pretty much just like we get our fish in, and then if we just smoke it and sell
Fish
it. Like,
stuff.
like
We
do-
smoke it. You smoke it there, though, eh? Their company
Yeah,
smokes
we
all
do
the
everything
stuff.
on site. We do like smoked oysters and different types of smoked salmon, smoked sablefish, just lots of little goodies, locks.
But they do like.
But you're gonna end up smelling like seafood.
Well, if you work there like me, yeah,
Yeah.
there's
You
really
might
no.
you might
there's-
end up hating
there's
seafood
no avoiding
in
it.
like a year. It's just gonna be like
I-
permeated through all your clothes and everywhere.
No, I mean I don't wear every
You're gonna smell
article
like a
of clothing
fish.
I own to
Yeah,
work.
but it doesn't matter. It's gonna get on your skin.
I have
It's
a
gonna
bunch of
be-
clothes. I have work clothes, right? Just like you and Darcy.
All right.
And
We'll see
I
if you
leave
don't
them
smell
there.
like a fish in a year.
We're gonna do a test.
Well, I just leave my work clothes there, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
they just.
Do you shower there? Is there like change
no,
rooms and stuff?
No, there's just a
there you
lunchroom
go.
that I change in.
Do you shower with fish?
No.
You got short hair, so that's on your advantage too.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of odor gets trapped.
Yeah.
In my
Well,
stinky mop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would be fucked. Your hair would
you-
smell like
yeah,
fish
it would smell
forever.
like smoke all the time.
Smoke. Yeah.
I do
Hickory
anyways,
though.
really.
It'd be like hickory flavored smoke. It'd be all right. It'd be like shampoo.
But it's been
Bud
nice
and
because I've been
tobacco.
eating really good. Like I take home like tuna loins all the time. And
Oh, nice.
We just have like fish that you can take because it either went into a custom order that someone didn't want to pay for, they didn't want to pick up, so we just take it or
Divvy
just
it up.
divvy it up, or just in the course of like a day or a week, we'll just have like offcuts that we can't really sell, so we'll just take fish home.
pretty phenomenal.
Yesterday I did like some seared tuna and a bunch of sautéed spot prawns for a friend.
Getting your
Beauty.
omega-3s.
What are we seafooding tonight?
Your oils.
I don't have it. I have some halibut.
Chef
Yeah,
Boyardee.
I gotta come pick up a fish from you like once every 2 weeks because I want to make that part of my diet. The protein's like
It's better than
the
working
cleanest
at
and best.
like a cafe or a bakery though, eh? Because you take home all that stuff and that shit's it's delicious, but it's just terrible for you.
Yeah.
Whereas this fish is actually kind of healthy for you.
Yeah, that's the one thing I kind of like about eating more fish now is it's like
Yeah,
it's
it's
clean
good-
food. It's not GMO. We haven't really found a way to fuck up fish with steroids or
But
like,
we will.
Yeah,
gene
yeah,
therapy.
it's
But
in
we
the
will.
works.
Leave
We
it to
will,
us.
of course.
Somehow, some way, we'll find
GM,
it.
is that genetically modified?
Yeah. So for now, it's like I'm really healthy and just liking fish a lot more than I thought I would.
Nice. And you're going to work on a mad barter system too, right? Like Mad Mardigan with fish?
Maybe. I get a discount too, so at times it could be advantageous to just trade fish.
He's
for
going to
things.
revolutionize the economy. You should pay back your creditors with fish. I got 3 pounds of smoked salmon here.
That'd be
for you.
sweet.
That'll be in Scott Hall's office sheet.
Hey,
He'll
yo.
have like a whole cornucopia of fish that he can be like, yeah, y'all take coho?
Do you like fish, man?
Do you accept coho or
This fish,
cod?
man, it's like smoked Chico.
The value of this fish, Chico, is off the chains. That'd be how we did.
Yeah, I would have really liked to call my creditors up at Scott Hall, but I just couldn't really figure out a time to do it with you, and I just kind of wanted to just pay the fucking thing,
Yeah,
get
no
a credit
doubt,
card,
no
and
doubt.
get a phone again. And That's the only thing my life lacks right now is a cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, it does make it a little
kinda
bit
nice to
difficult
not have
It makes
that
it
bill.
way easier to crush pussy.
Yeah, you don't need a cell phone at the same time. It's not
As
like
what?
it's not like it's really hindering your life, is it?
Well, I mean, yes and no. You know, like if I need to like call work, if I'm sick, I have to like walk there physically, which is fine. I mean, I'm 5 minutes
Right.
away, but
Just knock on your neighbor's door.
yeah, it's
just show up in front of the place.
No,
and
you got
puke and be
internet.
like,
You can
"I'm
use
sick,
the
I
Google
gotta go
phone and
home."
Gmail.
I don't have. I got to get one of those Logitech wireless.
The mic.
The mic and webcam combo thing because I'd like to start Skyping my sister up in Whistler.
Once you get
Although
An
I
SSD,
want to
you'll
get I just want to get my 10 on my phone plan so I can call Whistler and Toronto for free.
you have 10 people you want to call long distance. I think that plan's a ripoff.
Yeah, I
well,
don't-
if
it's
they
hard to
it
find,
depends
like-
if they throw it in or
I
not.
never
I'm not
use
going
it.
to pay
Right.
for it, but if they throw it in, I'll take it. Just because I'd like to talk to my uncle in Toronto a lot more and my sister, of course, in Whistler.
To that, I say get those people to use Skype.
Yeah, I mean, can you use it? I guess you can use it on your phone too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna go to Rogers and TELUS basically, and just be like, here, what are you gonna give me that the other guy won't, and just keep
Yeah.
seeing what they'll keep throwing onto the
It's like
pile until.
Pitting
Yeah.
two vendors on the streets of Delhi
Play them
against each
against
other.
It'd be
well,
nice
it's
if
when
we
it
had
comes
more
down to it,
bartering.
it's like $2,500
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
of business in 3 years. So they can either,
There's not a
Take
lot
it
of
or they
choice
won't.
yet, really.
I might go to Kudu, see what
For
Kudu
service
says
providers
too.
and stuff.
Kodo, yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
Kudos just tell us light, and,
Right.
Kind of like Fido is Rogers Light.
Yeah, well, those
Is
are
it?
just like
Is
Yeah.
Fido owned by Rogers?
Yeah,
I've just been told stay away from Bell because they still suck and they always have.
No, they're
Uh,
killing it right now, man.
Bell's
Yeah,
old, been
depends,
around
I
for a long
guess.
Bell's
time.
the biggest, oldest company,
Yeah.
so they just dominate, especially on the East Coast.
I don't know though. It's like sometimes transmissions, like reception stuff. I've had problems in past phones that have been Bell, because Bell was the carrier for Virgin Mobile as well. And,
Oh, yeah.
like that was there kind of
That's
like
true.
underneath, and their prepay
Yeah.
kind of stuff, right? And
Yeah.
they all the towers and all the reception was done by Bell, but it was just like a paid interface through Virgin.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. I'm sure Rogers has Fido and
Yeah,
Kodo
Fido's Rogers
is
network.
TELUS.
Hey, what are we eating for dinner tonight? Are we collaborating or what?
Yeah, let's crush a meal tonight.
'Cause I'm pretty hungry. I have spaghetti stuff at home. but-
I found a place to get grass-fed beef.
Slater's?
Country Grocer. It's $5 a pound and on sale for $4 a pound this week. So I've been making burgers and stuff.
Burgers and burgers and
It's
burgers
dope.
and burgers.
I think on that note, we should probably call it.
It's so
It's like
good.
when we
Really?
start
We got-
talking
we
about
got-
what we're going to
Yeah,
eat for
I think-
dinner, that's not really
we got to be
very
like an hour and a
exciting.
half into at this point too,
No,
right?
but I was really looking
we're at
hard.
56
About 1
minutes.
hour, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you were
exactly
gone
one.
for a long time there when you
It's
got
hard
the
to
firewire
find
cable.
pastured local beef, man.
Yeah, I know.
I was
2
super
trips.
excited when I found it. I've had a reason.
Well, we're lucky that
I
we
still,
can.
I really
Doesn't-
want to.
you
I really
can't
want to find a place to get
find
raw
that
milk.
everywhere.
What?
I want to find a place to get raw milk, but
Well,
I can't
yes.
'cause it's illegal.
If you find it, let me know.
Just
on
start
the down
udder
low.
hunting.
What?
I said just start udder hunting.
Like Tom Green style, just get under a cow. Oh yeah, that's some good raw.
Oh, that's so wrong.
But that's the whole point of drinking raw milk is for like the stuff they filter out
The
and they
girth?
pasteurize it. No, it's like the
It's got live
the
enzymes
fats and like the
and-
enzymes in the
yeah,
veg.
The proteins aren't
Actually,
damaged
some of the
by high
best
heat.
chai I ever had was made with pure goat's milk. It was
Really?
damn good. Yeah,
Is
super,
goat-
it's super rich.
Does
though.
goat? What does goat milk taste like compared to cow milk when it's like?
It's the same. It's just thicker.
Oh really? Okay. So.
Yeah, just like a very thick cream.
Hmm.
Yeah, damn good though with tea. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
I would
yeah.
drink milk from a woman's breasts.
Yeah, you
Well,
would.
it's unpasteurized.
Sweater meat milk.
Don't they sell?
Sweater meat
yeah,
cheese.
wasn't there somewhere in like
New York, I
that was
found
selling
sweater meat cheese.
Yeah. It was
Well, that's
making
not what they called
cheese.
it, but it was breast milk cheese. Yeah.
That's the grossest name you could give it.
Sweater meat cheese.
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, because it incorporates the word sweat and meat.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think.
No, it's sweater. You know, like
Doesn't
like
matter,
the
dude.
article of clothing.
Once I hear that word
Sweater
sweat,
meat.
that's what stands out to
But
my
do you
brain.
picture like a beautiful woman's bosoms or like
doesn't
you
matter.
know a not beautiful? And then if it's
I don't think the milk.
That would be.
I don't think the taste of the milk
a true
depends on
taste
the
test right
attractiveness
there.
of the
Oh.
woman.
What if it's like you know?
It's like
what
a
if
Coke
it's
and Pepsi taste off.
a really
right there.
repulsive looking lady.
She might have delicious milk.
Does the
Ugh, I
does the
doubt it.
nipple?
Well, it's like when you drink milk,
That's
you don't
not
have a
even-
picture of the cow that you've been drinking it from.
Yeah, but I don't.
There's a link to it. It's like a cow.
this is where you got
It's like a cow's Facebook page. So like certain cows have lots of likes.
Follow me.
Yeah, no, I know there should be nothing sexual about it, but
Oh, dairy
you
layer.
know,
There's
That
definitely
is
something
good
sexual.
makeup.
if you're
It'd
thinking
be a bunch
about
of wet nurses.
a human female, like, and you're buying
Yeah.
her milk, that's pretty. you're going to think, oh, what did this woman look like?
What did the tit look like?
I
Especially,
don't want to drink ugly woman milk.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I only drink hot woman milk.
Well, then
Obviously,
it's-
the milk she was drinking and the enzymes she's producing are what helps her keep hot, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the ugly stay ugly
Mm-hmm.
because it's in the milk.
There's got to be like
And
there's
the
got to be
milk
like forms
stays
of some
good.
sort of cow estrogen in milk, though, right? Like I bet if you drank a lot of it, I'd
There
start to
probably
like.
are some hormones and stuff in
Wait,
milk.
do only female cows produce milk?
Depends what you feed 'em.
Shut up, Darcy.
I think so. Yeah, only female mammals produce milk,
Uh-oh.
as far as I know.
Uh-oh.
I know. I think there's been occasions.
I guess that wasn't milk.
I've been there's occasions of men lactating.
Another-
I think
another
that
fucking
might happen. I don't know.
Bad adventure at the dairy for Darcy.
It's a real groaner.
We
that
have
one.
nipples.
Grass-fed.
You sure got a lot though.
Yeah.
Grass-fed
I
butter.
thought it tasted a little foul.
Grass-fed butter is supposed to taste a lot different too, and be a lot better for you.
Grass-fed butter?
Yeah.
You mean cow butter from...
Cows. You mean
Cows
grass
just
Cows that
fed
are
grass.
grass-fed and not fed
Right.
grains and
Right.
pumped
Cows.
full of antibiotics.
I'm
blah,
gonna just
blah,
start
blah.
offhandedly saying that
Yeah.
I eat food that other people can't afford.
Fair enough.
Well, that's pretty much what everyone in Western civilization does every day.
We eat more.
We eat food that no one else can
Can you
afford.
imagine just taking
Yeah,
a
but I eat
like
food
a,
that like you can't afford.
Can you imagine just taking like a starving poor person
Fair
from the other
enough.
side of the world and just dropping them into a Thrifties here?
Yeah, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
They'd be
Can you imagine
going
how
nuts.
fast they get thrown out for eating off the rack? Not allowed to do that, poor person.
No way, man.
But you could probably blow like 2 billion people's minds by showing them our like grocery stores and be like, oh yeah, not a lot of people are going to eat this stuff, so a lot of it's going to go bad. We're
Yeah,
gonna
and then
throw
what
it
we
out.
throw away. Exactly. It's pretty shameful.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That's the way it is,
Quality.
unfortunately. You know, if you put someone like that in
Just
a,
the way
in a
it
grocery
is.
store here, and they would be totally mesmerized.
Fucking starving Marvin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sad.
All right, well, I'm hungry as
We need
fuck.
a happier note to end on.
Yeah, that's true.
That was depressing.
That was pretty damn depressing.
Let's talk about the Roomba again.
Yeah, okay, so
The
basically,
Roomba eats better than those
the
people.
inspiration for getting this Roomba is just how the poor quality of the broom and the dustpan that I have. Like the broom,
You mean you
a
just
broom's-
don't wanna
a broom's
work.
a broom. Like he's okay. Like I don't have a problem with this Lysol broom.
You just want to
He's cool. It's the dustpan. I don't know who engineered this fucking dustpan, but it leaves just as much dirt on the ground as it picks up. So it's gotten to the point where I like I'll avoid sweeping because I'm like I'll only be able to get like a third of this into the dustpan.
Right.
Start
So now I
again.
have to like wait for like the dust bunny to just kind of conglomerate like a secret meeting of Jew bankers, and then I go in there and I holocaust them out with my broom, and I only get
Terminate
like a
them?
little bit in
Clean
the bin. So now I was like, "Fuck this! I need a better solution to
A final
sweeping.
solution, as
yeah,
it were.
final solution."
Oh my god.
So I was thinking like I was like, okay, well maybe I'll get a vacuum, and I go in Costco and I see it like Dyson vacuum or whatever. It's like top
Yeah.
of the line. It's like $500.
They're expensive, for sure.
I'm like,
One
damn.
with the bagless chamber.
Yeah, I'm like,
And you
dude,
gotta
I-
do it yourself
Yeah,
still,
I
right?
can't
You gotta
afford.
fucking
I can't
push the
afford
thing.
$500. It's $150 more than this robot.
Right.
And
You gotta
it
push
also,
the robot
Yeah, it
around.
also like you can program the Roomba to do your this area. It doesn't have to be an apartment. You can program it to do it when you're at work.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm just gonna have
Yeah,
it.
so it cleans when you're not there.
Yeah, and I'm also the other thing is I found this way to decorate it because I have this hand drawn
just get one of these
Special
things.
Olympics 1986 poster with a hand drawn picture of a guy with Down syndrome on the front. So I'm gonna cut his face out of the poster and then
Right.
tape it onto the top of my Roomba, so it just
Oh,
looks
I
like a
see.
Down syndrome Roomba spinning around and bumping into stuff.
Roomba.
That's all. He doesn't know any better. That's all he knows.
He's
So
happy
he-
as fuck to clean
He
up.
loves to
And
clean
like
your
my
place.
my grandparents have a Roomba, and
Oh, so you
It-
have some like experience
Yeah,
with these
exactly.
things. I've never actually
that thing likes to
physically
vacuum
seen
so
one
much. When
in
they
action.
open the door, it will go out of the house and start vacuuming the
It's just
neighborhood.
excited to
That's
do
how
it.
much enthusiasm it has for cleaning.
Does it run away? Like, oh, the Roomba got away again.
Well, yeah, it detects. It
Must
shoots. It
clean,
shoots a sensor
must
at where you
clean.
are, and then it hits evasion mode. So it just like jukes around a lot
Oh,
and
if
does
you're,
some
like,
really
walking
tight
towards it?
spins. No,
Nice.
I love when Buster's getting a blowjob from the Roomba in Arrested Development. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That actually, you guys got to check that out tonight. New
Yeah.
Arrested Development
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
out.
fire up my Netflix.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah.
You want to give us your account online?
No,
here?
we're using somebody
What's
else's
the,
account.
what's the
I
password?
would if I was
And,
paying for it, I'd give it to you, but I think this person already gave it out to like
my
five other
question
people.
is, do you think it's going to be as easy to find Arrested Development online now as it
It's
would if it
what's
was
going to
airing?
make it easy to find is the fact that lots of people want to watch it.
You'd have
Yeah, that's
to
true.
rip
It's just like the market, right? Supply
from
and
your
demand.
computer.
Yeah,
People
but
want to
it's-
see it,
it's-
it'll
if
find a
the
way.
service is
There's
only
no way
available on
there's no way
Netflix.
Netflix is going to be so good at encrypting it that no one's going to be able
But
to
it's
hack
harder
it.
to pirate, actually.
You can just PVR
Yeah.
it though.
Could you?
What?
You could record it onto your
Yeah,
PVR.
they just do a physical recording, almost
Yeah.
like record it,
and then just
watch
yeah.
it, and record it,
and then upload that
yeah.
and let
It's
people stream
not
it.
quite as easy
I don't think
as you
it's
think
connected.
it is.
It's
Quality
not
would be
connected.
degraded,
I mean, you'd have to have an editing suite.
Anyways, we'll
to do
check
it.
tonight
Yeah.
when
Yeah, but
when we're
how
looking
many
for
people
Game of
have-
Thrones and Mad Men.
Game of Thrones
All
isn't
you
on
need is
tonight.
Final
A new
What?
one. I heard it's not. A new one won't be on tonight or something.
Who said that?
Colin.
But winter's coming.
I
Colin
hope
W.
Colin's wrong because that's
Yeah.
gonna shatter my evening.
Why
Yeah.
would they stop?
Sorry.
Exciting life you got there, bud.
The last
Real
couple
exciting
the
life.
last couple episodes. I mean, other than the episode 8, but the two before that were kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you can
Like-
see Daenerys' tits.
Yeah, there's been some more tits. They went back to the tits.
Yeah, thank God for episode 8. I'm starting to lose interest.
No, you're gonna see the wall get attacked.
And
soon.
also, I kind of feel gypped every time we see her and we don't see the dragons. Like, come on. Come on. You had 3
Come on.
episodes. We finally see
I really
her.
didn't. I didn't like her
Where are the
cunty
dragons?
attitude towards the guy from it's not Astapor, it's Young Kai.
The guy that was like, show me your cunt.
No, that guy was he was all
The
right.
guy who, the guy
It
who
was
killed
the-
that guy.
no, it was the guy that,
That guy
she's
had
using her
swag.
dragons to threaten. And I'm just like, bitch, why are you hiding behind those dragons and acting like a cunt?
No, she's
But
got-
then she didn't.
She is the mother of
But
dragons.
she
She's
didn't
gotta
the
use
next
all
time.
the-
She had
all
her
the might she
dragons.
has.
She had her dragons hidden when she was trying to like look all imposing to the other army. I thought that's kind of fucked up.
They missed
Because
a.
they're kind of small.
Do your
I
CG,
think-
There's
buddy.
this character
They're kinda small right now.
that
Get on
they,
your
they
s-
totally omitted. He was called Strong Belwas, and he was just like a fighter guy, a gladiator, or something like that. But he, when they roll up to that city the first time, there's like the city's champion. He's riding around on a horse, and the Strong Belwas guy goes up and in visual range of him and shits on the ground and like challenge him.
That's awesome.
That's like the challenge.
And they have this sweet little fight. I'm not sure if they're gonna just introduce him in like following episodes, probably the next couple ones, because this it's a.
They still have to take the city.
I shit
yeah.
in your general direction.
I would really be upset if they skip that scene because it's like the way it's written in the book.
They
is
haven't
pretty
had
funny.
any shitting in it yet, have they? No, they
No.
haven't.
There's been very minimal
It's
fecal
not,
matter.
you know, in the first season of Oz, a guy traps another guy on the floor with a bench and shits on his face.
yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Gives him a
Pretty
real
awful.
life hot Carl.
Pretty awful.
Oh shit.
Can we end on that note or no?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
I think so.
That
I
was a
think
good
so.
one.
Yeah, so it's been the 23rd edition of the West Coast High Life. It's May 26th. We want to thank you guys for listening if you made it all the way through. And make sure you check us out on the West Coast High Life Facebook page. Also, we are on Twitter and
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, so check us out, and thanks for listening. Peace.